Good evening. Welcome back to the third segment of the Glazov Gang. We were discussing the Republican National Convention, the Democratic National Convention, and we're going to wrap up with some of the key themes of these two events and everything that's leading up to 2012. Before we do, at the end of this second segment, Tommy, you mentioned what do you drive? Ride a Harley Davidson?
Yeah, I ride a 2011 Road King Classic.
Okay, very.
You know, I don't know one frickin' liberal who rides a Harley.
Now,
never met a liberal. If you're a liberal and you ride a Harley, contact me because you're an enigma. I've never met a liberal on
Okay,
Harley.
Tommy, can you very briefly tell us the accident you got in recently? And I'm very happy that you're okay, but just very quickly, what happened?
Oh, this kid pulled out in front of me, and I hit him good. He pulled right up. 1 second later, he would have hit me. He was trying to dart across the road, and wham! I got him. Flew through the air like Superman.
Could you have died?
Yeah.
Were you scared?
For my Harley.
Not for yourself.
Well, that's a Harley rider. You hit the pavement, and the first thing you think is, oh my God, my bike. That's the first thing you think.
This is very interesting. Before we move on, you also once told me a story. You were a bail guy or a
Yeah, I owned a bail bonds company.
And people put guns to your head sometimes for you to let them go?
No.
And you used to say, oh, this is great. Well, why did they put...
No. Excitement can be a little fun, and when you chase down a drug dealer,
right?
He didn't put a gun to my head, but he pulled a gun,
and what happened?
And it's kind of exciting.
And what did you say when he did it one time?
I was like, "This is so cool," and then he didn't know what to think, you know.
The life and times of Tommy Trudeau.
Boy. But you know how I got him to come with me?
All right,
I showed him the lien on his mother's house, and he put the gun away. He put the gun away and came with it because I said, "Lean on your mom's house," and he didn't want Mama to lose his house.
We need a whole episode just to talk about the life and times of Tommy Trudeau.
Life.
So let's wrap up some key themes of everything that's happening. Let me start with you, Leon. You wrote something on Facebook that got my attention. Briefly tell us about it. In terms of when Rahm Emanuel was speaking, and your thoughts on how Obama is being treated.
First of all, let me grab something because it's a factual thing. I don't want to say something that is not true. So what I'm trying to say is that fortunately for all of us, we have a once-in-a-generation president. Every night President Obama reads 10 letters from everyday Americans. I remember when the president received the report that the auto industry had a few weeks before its collapse. Some of the president advisors said that in order to save General Motors, you had to let Chrysler to go. Others said it's like throwing good money after bad. Only the president suggested going all in to save the industry and the jobs. It's terrible. It's terrible.
What are you saying?
One after another. Biden, all others, except Bill Clinton, who is so smart, my God, he's a fox. We're building this man who is the most human of all humans.
Right. Now, that was a quote from
Rahm Emanuel.
Right. And you're saying that as a person coming from the Soviet Union, you see this building up of a secular God, right?
Look, it's totally terrible. It's unbearable for me. I came to this country because of the freedom, opportunity, free market,
Do you think we might be missing out on something, and maybe Obama really is a god of some sort?
Maybe.
Dwight, your thoughts on all of this in terms of definitely there's something happening here in terms of just this.
It's so, you see, experience. Somebody who has been through this says it so much more eloquently than, I'm just an American saying, hey, I've read about this and I see the symptoms. I'm a doctor. I know what the diagnosis is. I'm not just treating symptoms. The diagnosis tells you the course of the disease. This has been going on for how many years? Since 1918. We've seen it in pictures. They've said it. You remove God, remove marriage, remove the family, replace it with the state, and you have perfection, nirvana. And everything that this guy, Barack Obama, has said 6 years ago has turned out to be a lie. We now know unequivocally that he belonged to the new party. We know that unequivocally the new party said they are against...
And they denied that. He denied
He denied it, but we now know with the minutes. We actually have the documentation. We know that the new party said it is against American enterprise itself. That's capitalism. Mm-hmm. So here he is. I was telling Leon, he kept talking, he kept saying what a great country this is. I kept waiting for him to say, this is such a great country because for the first time in American history, you've nominated a communist to be your president. I'm a communist. It's such a great country. A communist can become the president. But he didn't say that. So I was a little disappointed. I might have given him just a little bit of credit.
Tommi.
Boils down to this, Glazov. I don't need or even want a savior. I need and want opportunity so I can be successful. And on this subject, hey, Rom, talk about a sellout, bro. Holy buckets, man. Talk about selling out everything you stand for and everything you believe in, all to worship your own demagogue. Wow.
Who are you referring to? When
Rahm Emanuel.
Rahm Emanuel. Okay. Gentlemen, what is going to happen in the election of 2012?
My opinion, Romney will win.
You think Romney will win?
Significantly.
Oh, you think it even might be a landslide?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't see any group of population that wants Barack Obama more than they wanted him 4 years ago. I see decline in every group, whatever they say.
How about even living here in Los Angeles? Who do you run into? You hear the talk. The liberals still love him a lot.
That's okay. As we all were talking about, 3 segments already, there are people who believe in God, in this God, and they will worship him. Yeah.
Dwight, what do you think will happen?
Well, I think that what you were talking about earlier demonstrates that they've lost touch. That is, removing God, removing support from Israel, from their platform, and doing it publicly, and doing it 3 times, no less, is an indication that they are becoming smaller, not bigger, because this country is just right of center. It's over 85% of the people in this country claim to be religious or to believe in God. It is right now they don't care about those things.
Tommi, what's going to happen?
Well, I'm not the only one. 20-year Democrat, believed in my party. You failed me. And I may seem a little angry and disillusioned, but I'm a 20-year Democrat, and I'm angry and disillusioned because you broke every damn promise that you made me. You went on this anti-colonialist obsession of yours, your Marxist administration. You failed me. And I'm not the only one who's angry and disillusioned, and I voted for you with all this hope and change stuff.
Gentlemen, we only have 2 minutes left. Very briefly, I think one of the greatest scares, horrors, if Obama gets back in, is how he's betrayed Israel, how the Muslim Brotherhood is taking all over the Middle East. What does Israel need to do if Obama wins? They're going to have to go it alone. What's
Israel will have to attack.
Who do they have to attack?
They will have to attack Iran because at least, at this particular point, this is the biggest threat to Israel. And Iran openly says that the moment that they will have certain type of weaponry, they will attack and kill all Israelis.
Dwight?
Yes, and Obama has put Israel in this position. And Dempsey, the head of the Joint Chiefs, said, we will not be complicit with Israel if they attack Iran. It is a very dangerous thing that this president has done. Very dangerous.
Tommi?
I believe that Israel, it's very likely that they could attack Iran before the election because it puts Obama in a very difficult position. If he doesn't support Israel, he's going to throw the whole election.
15 seconds left. We turn to the personalities gathered here this evening. Leon, in 15 seconds, either do an imitation or tell us what you're up to. What are you up?
I'm very much afraid that 51% of Americans will be dependent on the government, and this is it, we're lost. So my task is to try to fight with that.
Okay. Am I going to get the Akbar imitation from
Allahu Akbar!
Tommi, words of wisdom finally go to you before we go.
Act. The time for talk is over. You need to do something. Get up from the computer. Turn off the damn TV. Go out and buy some signs. Put them up in your yard. Do some campaigning. Do something. Now.
We have a disillusioned Democrat in the House. Leon Weinstein, Dwight Schultz, Tommi Trudeau, what an honor and a privilege to have you as members of the Glazov gang. Join us next week for another edition. Good night.